Welcome back to Power and Politics. I want to turn once again to British Columbia, where an RCMP officer has been killed while on duty in Burnaby.
A short while ago, I was notified that a Burnaby RCMP officer was stabbed to death in the course of their duty. This is absolutely a tragic and horrific situation.
The CBC Sarah Glashan is following the details of this for us. Sarah, that was Minister Mike Farnworth, the public safety minister in British Columbia, who really let the public know about this. I know there aren't a lot of details at the moment. What can you tell us?
Well, actually, the first confirmation that we had of this came from the public safety minister, Mike Farnworth, at about 1:45 local time. So just about an hour ago now, he actually put out a tweet initially saying in that tweet that today we lost one of our own police officers who sacrificed her life in the course of duty. And so he had confirmed at that point, and then once again in that brief media avail that you just heard there, he again confirmed that this is he understands it, a female police officer. He said in that tweet that our thoughts as well as our hearts go out to everyone affected, and he called the event that unfolded in Burnaby awful and tragic. We have also, in the last, and you just referenced this, heard from the NDP leader, Jagmeet Singh, who is the MP who represents this area of Burnaby where this happened. He has also tweeted, writing heart-wrenching news today of the killing of an RCMP officer in Burnaby. My condolences to their fellow officers, family, and loved ones. This is an unimaginable loss in the line of duty. We have reached out to Burnaby RCMP. That's the first call that we made. They have at this point not confirmed that they are going to be providing information, saying that they will do that when they are able to, but so far that has not happened. They have not been able to. What we do know, though, is that earlier today, dozens of police officers from multiple police agencies, we can see in pictures that have come into the newsroom that show all of these officers, many police cruisers as well, lined up in the area of Broadview Park along Canada Way in Burnaby. This would be a sort of on the south side of the highway, but Canada Way is a major corridor within Burnaby. The specifics of exactly what happened, though, those are short right now. We do not have those.
Can you, and sorry, you were just touching on sort of where this happened, just for those of us who are outside BC and who are not as familiar with the area. What can you tell us? What should we know about this area?
Well, so as I say, Canada Way runs parallel to Highway 1, and it is a sort of an alternative main thoroughfare, main corridor, right, if you were traveling through Burnaby into the city of Vancouver or in the other direction. And right now, they have closed Canada Way. That is the one thing that RCMP and Burnaby have confirmed. They have closed it between the streets of Willingdon Avenue and Boundary, and those are also main roadways. So that stretch of Canada Way is closed. Broadview Park is along that stretch of Canada Way. Broadview Park is about 1 kilometer west of BCIT, which is a major technical college. But what the RCMP have said is that they do not believe there's any ongoing risk to the public at this time. There is still a significant police presence in that area. And as the area does remain cordoned off, as I say, they are asking the public to avoid that area. And we, of course, have our reporters and our cameras there waiting to hear from the Burnaby RCMP should they decide to provide more details.
And we'll certainly share that here on CBC News Network if that happens as well. Thanks very much for the update, Sarah. The CBC's Sarah Glashan, and we certainly will be speaking with her throughout our program this evening. Right now, I'll take another commercial break. Back in just a moment here on Power and Politics. I do want to turn back now to some really troubling breaking news from British Columbia. A female RCMP officer has been killed in the line of duty in Burnaby. We've been recounting for you reaction throughout the evening. That news was initially delivered through the public safety minister in British Columbia, Mike Farnworth. We are waiting for an update from the RCMP, which is happening in exactly an hour's time, and we will bring that to you live here on CBC News Network. Right now, though, I do want to bring in Jagmeet Singh. He's not only the leader of the federal New Democratic Party, but he's also a member of parliament that represents Burnaby South. Hi, Mr. Singh. Good to see you. I certainly wish it were under different circumstances.
Similarly, good to see you, but it is under really difficult circumstances. We lost an officer in Burnaby. It's actually very close to where my wife and I live in Burnaby, and it's a tragic loss. The friends, the family, the loved ones of the fallen officer. I can't imagine the pain that they're going through right now, and the fellow officers, the pain to lose a colleague. This is a really tragic and difficult time right now.
I know that there aren't a whole lot of details out there, and I was just sharing with our audience that the RCMP is expected to deliver an update in about an hour's time. We do know that the officer was killed in the line of duty. Have any more details been shared with you, or have you been in contact with any of your constituents? As you mentioned, you live not far from the scene.
Right. So far, there's limited details. The details that we do know is that the RCMP officer was with a bylaws officer and was conducting work in their line of duty and was killed in doing that work. So it's one of the worst things we can imagine when someone is trying to do their work and loses their life. The friends, the family, everyone is reeling with this, knowing that someone was just doing their job, trying to serve the community and lost their life doing so.
And can you tell us a little bit, for people who are, not familiar with the area? I think there are some restrictions on what we can show now. The RCMP had said that there wasn't a risk to the public. I'm not sure if you know otherwise or if that has evolved. But that area, is it a busy area? Is it what can you tell us about it?
Well, it's very close to residential communities. So there's a lot of residential communities nearby. It is a bit of an isolated portion of the riding. So that area is where there's been some encampments. And so it's a bit further away from the actual homes and residences. So it's not right beside the residences, but it's quite nearby.
Okay, and I as I said, we're waiting for an update. Do you have plans eventually to be in communication with the RCMP or the community itself, which I imagine, and I'm sure you do, is going to be reeling from this?
Absolutely. We'll be reaching out we'll be making calls to the forces, to the minister, and to a number of people. We wanted to provide some time for the RCMP to make their full detailed announcement, which is going to happen, as you mentioned, in an hour. And then we'll be following up and speaking with a number of people to express our condolences and to ask if there's any way we can support the family and the community right now.
Okay, Mr. Singh, I'll leave it there. I do appreciate you sharing some of your time during this tragic event with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jagmeet Singh is the leader of the NDP. He's also the member of parliament for Burnaby South, which is the area, of course, where this event unfolded. I will repeat for you that an officer has been killed, a female officer has been killed in the line of duty in Burnaby, British Columbia. We are expecting an update, some more details on what exactly happened, the circumstances around that, in just under an hour's time. We will carry that for you live when it happens, right here on CBC News Network, and we'll also continue to share with you any more reaction to this as it comes in. That was, again, leader of the NDP, Jagmeet Singh.
Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.